11 months ago, I was standing on this same lot, but it looked a little different. I knew going into 2020 that I needed to find a house that I was going to spend more than a couple months in, more than a year in, which is what I've spent the last couple years in multifamilies as well as single families that I've flipped. So in January, I started just researching where I wanted to live, and the East Dallas area is really what stood out most to me. Initially, my budget was going to be about $300,000 or $400,000 for a house. I did want to supplement that with maybe a roommate or some kind of additional income. But in the East Dallas area, there was absolutely nothing within my budget that could really get me any kind of house that wasn't going to require a substantial amount of repairs. So I actually started looking into new build townhomes on the east side of Dallas, running anywhere from $400,000 to $500,000 currently. I've actually got a couple clients that are closing shortly on them. And the issue there was the fact that the living space was on the second floor. Having two dogs myself, I knew that wasn't going to be able to work. I didn't want to continuously take my dogs down the stairs to let them out and then bring them up. It was going to be a battle that eventually would very much tire myself out. And that's what has brought me to this particular street. I took a look at this duplex. It fit essentially everything that I wanted, but the issue was none of the lots in this area were large enough. The other half duplex on the street was in the middle of being built. It was in the framing stage. Structurally, I couldn't change anything, but I was able to change maybe some tile, some last end finishings, floor potentially. But at the end of the day, what I wanted to do was build from the ground up. And then honestly, just a tremendous opportunity on another street came up. The lot was significantly deeper and I could build my dream home. We are just a couple of days away from Christmas and my house is completely finished. We're talking completely built and the entire house is furnished. So I'm gonna walk you guys through real quick, starting with just the side of the yard. Don't mind the garage door here that's being replaced. I unfortunately, after one day of owning the home, ran into it. So the first thing that you guys are gonna see through the first wrought iron door is likely what you would think is the front door. Ironically, this is not the front door, it's an entry to a guest suite. I've actually turned this into a private Airbnb suite. The intent here is to essentially use this Airbnb suite to help offset a portion of my mortgage payment. Then you're gonna step through a second wrought iron door. This is gonna be privacy for myself and my living space in the house. And then following that, you're gonna get to the actual front door. So through the front door, you're going to just see a large, massive space. This is gonna be my living room to the left-hand side and the full-on kitchen to the right-hand side. So beyond the kitchen, I didn't have a true formal dining space. I lost the true formal dining space by adding that Airbnb suite. So you do have a little bit of a nook over here, a little place that people can come, hang out, eat, and still dine, but it's not gonna be your true formal dining space. Around this corner behind the kitchen, you do get a rather massive pantry. Beyond the pantry is a little bit additional storage space underneath the staircase. And around the corner here, this is the entry from the garage. You do get a small half bath for any kind of guests or visitors that do come here. The builder's interior designer helped me choose what kind of countertops I wanted, what specific appliance package I wanted, as well as cabinetry, what kind of backsplash. I was able to make everything in this house at the end of the day exactly how I wanted it. The biggest perk to this particular lot and building this home from the ground up was the massive backyard. So we're standing currently underneath the covered patio, but most of the other houses that I looked at in the East Dallas area really had no backyard whatsoever. This particular one has a massive backyard. I needed a lot that was gonna give my dogs the opportunity to run around and be crazy in because they've been cooped up, unfortunately, for the last couple years where I've been living in places that just don't have a very large backyard. As you come up the stairs and hang a right, this side of the house is gonna have 2 bedrooms and a full bath. Actually, one of the bedrooms, what I use it for is my office. So this first door on my right-hand side is my office, where I'm gonna spend a majority of my time building my business, growing my business. I do have a personal office that I can go to, but if I am working from home, this is where it's gonna be. The next door is gonna be the full guest bathroom. It's a very nice bathroom for essentially what I'm gonna have is a roommate. So I'm gonna have an Airbnb suite downstairs. I already have individuals there renting as we speak. And at the end of the month, I'll have a roommate that will be paying a portion of my mortgage as well. Initially, when I met with the builder and started having plans drawn up with an architect, we didn't even have this particular room built into the plans. The reason why we went ahead and added it was the other side of the duplex, actually square feet wise, was gonna be substantially larger. I wanted my unit to be pretty similar in size to the other side. That will definitely help when it comes to resale down the road. The issue I didn't want to run into was the other side being substantially larger, so my side having to sell for less. Down the other side of the hallway is the primary bedroom. I did customize something here that's not really been done anywhere else with this particular builder. I have a massive balcony right off of my primary bedroom. And the last portion of this house is gonna be the primary bathroom. So the primary bathroom was a huge selling point for me as well. I was able to customize all the tile work in here as well. You've got your typical double vanity with your toilet, and throughout here you do have a massive walk-in closet. And what's great about this area too is the walk-in closet goes straight to my utility room. I set the Airbnb suite up about 10 days into this month, and based on the usage so far, I'm assuming we're gonna be right around $2,000 a month. And then you added my roommate who's paying $1,350 a month. I'm bringing in about $3,300, $3,400 a month. My mortgage currently is $4,400. $4,400 minus the $3,300 I'm getting from my Airbnb suite as well as my roommate. Myself, I'm gonna be paying about $1,100 a month here. And the intent here with the 15-year mortgage is to pay it down quicker and then eventually take out a HELOC. But if I had taken out a 30-year mortgage, my mortgage would be right about $3,300, $3,400. So my Airbnb suite and my roommate alone would have covered my entire mortgage. It's been a long 11 months waiting for this house to be built, but what's even longer is the 3.5 years that I spent in multiple different houses that were less than ideal. However, it's gotten me to where I am today because of that sacrifice that I put in living in multifamily homes and living in houses that I was flipping, to get to the point to where I am today to be able to afford my dream home. I want to give a huge shout out to Conrad Homes here locally in the Dallas area. It's been a pleasure working with you guys, and the final product here in my house is tremendous. I also want to thank everyone that has followed me along this journey and has helped me with a lot of the decisions when it comes to any of the decorations in my house. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. It really does help, and stay tuned for the next video. You're such a good dog. Why do you shake me all the time? And then you get up, and then you think you're gonna get on top of me.